Good morning everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me. It is lovely to have you here. It is, well, it will be when you see this, Sunday, Scraps on Sunday, and I'm embracing the scraps today. Okay, I'll explain a little bit more. First of all, I've got a new logo, did you notice? It's a bit shiny, that one, isn't it? But on the photo paper you can see the stripes on Simba. That is Simba. And it has been taken from a picture of Simba and drawn by one of Neil's colleagues who created the whole logo for me. Thank you, Josh. Love it. And yeah, you've probably heard me talk about Josh before when I first started my channel, because he did help me with a few things when I had no clue what I was doing whatsoever on YouTube. Not much better now, but a little bit. So yeah, so I printed it out on paper. It doesn't, my printer doesn't show the stripes very well on paper. Comes out beautiful on photo paper. But yeah, it's Simba and a journal, and this is the coffee dye splashing everywhere, or the tea dye, my scissors, and it's Junk Journal by Denise. So I've got a logo, yay! I've got a stamp on the way, and I'm going to order some stickers. So, and obviously I can print the little card. So yeah, I'm getting somewhere after, is it 3 years now? Nearly 3 years? I don't know. Anyway, I just put it on the front of a scrappy junk journal that I've made for me. So you'll see I've got a picture of Betty and my aunt, who is my godmother as well, who is now 94. Took mum to see her a couple of days ago because she's in a nursing home now. She's really poorly, and yeah, so I thought I'd dig one of the photos out and remember her like this rather than as she is now, because yes, she was always, as was Betty, the height of fashion and very, you know, well turned out and what have you. So yeah, I've got all sorts of things going on there. I won't dwell on it now. Made another one. Yeah, so yesterday I didn't film. I did sit and play with papers at my desk. I don't know who that gentleman is. That's just one of my old photos that I got in some, you know, ephemera that I bought. But yeah, I just sat at the desk and played with scraps. You know, just back to my roots, would you say, or just enjoying myself. I had quite a thick head. I'm sure I've got a summer cold, that's all. Nothing major. But, you know, what a wimp I am, feeling a bit sorry for myself. And, yeah, I just wanted to go to my happy place. So I just sat and played with my scrap box. And that kind of gave me an idea for today's video. For those of you who are kind of overwhelmed by your scraps, or, you know, drowning in them and not overwhelmed by them, but wouldn't mind moving some on. And I'm thinking, I'm not particularly drowning in them. I know you can see a lot on my desk now. That's a scrappy book that I made a while ago. I think I probably made that with you on a Scraps on Sunday. And then, yeah, it's all out of scraps, everything. You know, I had a big, could have probably put, or probably still could, put another signature in there, but I thought I'd just put another, you know, scrappy book in there so it can be removed. A smaller one can be removed and taken out. Nice to have removables, isn't it? Yeah, I literally played with everything in the scrap box, you know, even embellished it with bits and pieces, which is, you know, half of the fun, isn't it? Yeah, really enjoyed myself, and I think that's the way to go with your scraps, especially if you are. So that's Chichester Cross. Again, it's a vintage one. You know, if you're overwhelmed, or, you know, you might not be overwhelmed, you might just want to play with your scraps. So I thought, to carry on the fun today for me, I would just tip my scrap boxes, both of them, you know, the working ones, and there's not too, I don't think there's too much here. I'm sure there'll be lots of you out there that say no, that's nothing compared to my scrap. But it is lovely to just have it all here to dig through and grab out, rather than corralled in those boxes. No, and just actually grabbing what, you know, what grabs my eye as I'm going through it. So this is how we're going to work today. So if you don't like mess, it might not be for you, but come the end, hopefully there won't be a mess, so maybe it will be your kind of thing. Right, so I've also got some scrap pieces of fabric with me for the for the covers, because I do need to start using up some, especially some of the bits, the smaller bits, or the bits that don't call on all the time. So that's a small piece of black, which I really wouldn't necessarily use for a big journal. It's thin cotton as well. Do you know what I'm just thinking? I wonder if it would bleach. Some materials will, some won't. You can see it's a oh well, it's been made up into a sleeve. It's a sleeve that somebody was making. So yeah, another one of Neil's work colleagues, they do spoil me, don't they, is a well, she's not a seamstress, she's a sewer, for pleasure. She loves to sew, and gosh, she sews a lot, and she sends me all sorts of scraps and offcuts, so that's where that's come from. So what and I've got in my scraps in various places, I've got lots of pieces of card like this. You can see that one's even lost its colour down the edge. So it's my intention to use these pieces of card. Don't all have to be big. Let's have a smaller one. We'll do this big one. Let's have a small one as well. That's smaller. And make journals that are covered with fabric on the front and not on the inside. So I need my scoreboard, because I'm going to put a very small, I'm just making one signature journals, but I'm going to make a small spine in them, because they might have quite thick signatures in them. So let's see what so this card is 21, so that is 10.5 would be the centre, so I want to be less than that. Oh, I'm in inches, so let's 10.5 is there, just past the 4, so inches. So if I do it at 4 inches there, and then turn it round, oh gosh, and do it at 4 inches there. Quite tough card, this one. That's it. Then I've got a spine of about ½ centimetre, I think, thereabouts. Gosh, that's a very thick card. That's going to be a nice strong one. Oh, let's do them both while we're at it. So you measure 15.5. So if we say half of 15 is 7.5, and then I have to convert it to inches, 3. Okay, so we'll go 3 inches that way, and then turn it round. Well, that's a very small spine, but it's a small piece, isn't it? It's a spine, that's the thing. It's a bit of, should I be doing it that way? No, I should be doing it that way. It's a bit of, space that won't, it doesn't have to go round, so it's like a square spine. You could just do it and fill it, and then make sure this is bigger, a bit bigger, and then you would end up with like a round spine just going round your signature in the middle. Okay, so I've got this cherry. This is also from oh crikey, isn't that terrible? I've even forgotten her name now. Something to do with filming, definitely. Anyway, from Neil's colleague. So let's cut it down manageable. And I'm just going to, oh, great news. Look what came. My, what's the other glue that I've got on order? My art glitter, still not here. Mind, did I say the 9th? I think it says the 9th to the 14th now. I think it's coming from America. I'm pretty sure it is. Oops. So hopefully it won't be too long. So I probably could use glue stick on this, actually. That glue stick, I absolutely would. Let's have that frayed bit at the edge. That glue stick, I absolutely would trust on this, because I'm going to sew these. Now, you don't have to sew them. In fact, that one's gone on so well, it probably doesn't need sewing. So I might not sew this one. I might do a non-sew, because just to, show you no sewers that I'm not just saying that, it really is fine to glue fabric onto onto cardstock. I'm just leaving a bit round because it might fray and what have you, and I quite like that look. I'm going to save those. Those will make fabric tabs or ruffles. Okay, so there's one. It's pretty. And so I've got enough for 2 more of those yet. What's this? Shall we stick with the red theme and do hearts? I like that, but it's not going to show through there. Let's do a love heart piece. Oh, are you going to fit? Oh, you are. Perfect. Well, as if it was made for. I'm going to have to iron this out on the actual board. So, yeah, it does help if you've got lovely thick card, but 2 or 3 book pages stuck together, or you know, digital stuck together, whatever, would give you the same thickness, and probably, can you hear that? It's got lines on it. Probably use more of your scraps up as well. So yeah, you don't have to have card. It's just I've got quite a few offcuts sitting around in my scraps box. See, it's ironed out actually on the glue. Cotton's good like that, pretty good like that. I quite like the contrast of that navy. It's really dark navy blue, that card. Not stuck there. No, with the red and the pop of white hearts. So I've done some of these just before coming on. I was, just for a change, waiting for my phone to charge up. I'm all out of sync with my phones. As you know, I have 2, one for filming and one that's mine. And at the moment I'm filming on mine because the one that I have just for filming, its battery runs down quick. So if I don't have it plugged in before I want to film, it's always dead when I come to it. It's just an iPhone, it's a good iPhone, but I suppose the battery is on its way out. Oh, got a bit of a strange lump there. Okay, I mean, they're lovely, aren't they? Before you even start filling them with papers. And I have, as if by magic, some here that I've stitched around already, because I wanted to do some stitched around ones with you. So this one is just a piece of velvet I've had sitting around and just couldn't bring myself to get rid of. I didn't ever know what I was going to do with it. And look at that card in there. Wow. Normally I would cover that up and not use it, but it, you know, I kind of like that. It's funky. Okay, so there's one. All I did was, you know, glue it on like I did those, and then I just went round a zigzag on the outside stitch on the machine. Same with this one. Look, you can see it's even got glue on it there. An old piece of card out of my scrap box. These will fray, which is, you know, one good reason for denim frays well, doesn't it? So does velvet, actually. This will fray right down as well. Yes, another good reason for sewing it if you can. If not, just make sure you know, glue right to the edge, because the fraying won't go past. It won't go past the sewing, and it shouldn't go past the gluing if you've got it right on the edge. But if it comes back and you see the edge, you know what's wrong with that. That's fine. I love a denim cover. I love this trim that I got from Angie in that pack, Angie Beaumont. Okay, and then one I did just to show you that, you know, if your scraps aren't big enough, just glue one on top of the other, which I did. And then just to kind of either emphasize the line or hide it, whichever you want, I just put a piece of sari across it, and then I thought, oh, I'll leave it long enough to tie it. Yeah, love a piece of ticking. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, made so quickly. So shall we, I love that little red one. Shall we go with this one first? It's fraying as well. I'll make sure that I'm glued to the edge everywhere. I am. Okay, so let's just make this lovely paper. We'll have to put that on something. This is tissue paper, William Morris tissue paper. Yeah, I'm not going to dig too deep and look for things, she says. I just kind of want to use all sorts of bits and pieces that are here. Now, oh, that's a piece of card. Oh, that'll make a nice one. I've got lots of book page here as well, look, so I might put bits of that in as well. So just take a couple out and leave them. Nice picture there, look. Leave them on there. Okay. Oh, things to remember. I think that's been in there ages. What are you? Oh, lovely. Right, I'm going to pull out all the little black pieces that I find. I've got a couple here that I found, look, because I'm going to die cut with them. I'm loving the black die cuts at the moment, so yeah, they're going on there. Okay, let's... I definitely like that image. It is from an old book. That's going to have to be the middle so we can keep it because the image is right in the middle. Yeah, and it's kind of about the size I want. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that came from nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. No warning about that one. Okay, let's have a piece of this. It's just I don't particularly want to cut down big pieces, but I do want some some nice journaling spots in it. So I'm going to make that one in a Z shape. In fact, I'm going to fold that bit over as well so it doesn't get stuck. Yeah, that's fine in the spine. Okay, let's grab. It's funny, I've got it all out and there's nothing much here grabbable. Right. Yeah, we're going to make a nice one that way. Yeah, maybe I've not got enough scraps left to do scrappy makes anymore. I have got lots of digitals that want using up, so maybe I will do a piece of that then. Yeah, maybe I'll start moving some of them over into my scraps box, but yeah, maybe I ought to use up what's here. Not sit, not sit and say they're not good enough. I thought I'd be better having it all out on the desk. That's pretty. Let's definitely need that. That's a bigger piece of the same. Oh, that's it. There's stuff in there. It's just getting to it, isn't it? Okay, so make those two one. Yeah, we're not far off now. Just have something eye-catching on the first page, shall we? Oh, what about that? I'm going to lose some of it. Yeah, not that then. Oh, this. My Laura Ashley wallpaper. Perfect. I'm frightened to put that down because I'm going to lose it. Need me rippy. Me tear ruler. Because I want that edge. Not very neat. Well, that's not neat, so you've got what you wanted. That's it. Oh, so I hope you're all well. Doing good. And haven't got the summer cold that I've got. Is that the right way up? It is. Yep, so I'm going to allow them to hang out over the edge, I think. If I change my mind at a later date, I can always go back on and go back in and fold them over, trim them down, that kind of thing. Right, I did have a needle here with a great big long piece of thread, yarn. No, it's thread. It's wax thread. Do I want it on the inside or the out? I think I'll have it on the inside. That's thicker than I thought. Oh, maybe I should have gone through with my awl. Which I thought was out here. Must have put it away. Right, where's my needle? Let's see what I can do. I think I might have to stop the film and... Oh. Find the awl. There we go. And get a tissue in case I sneeze again. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's plenty. So I'm not doing on this little one. On some of the bigger ones I will, but on this little one I'm not doing the 3-hole. I'm just doing a 2-hole, tie it off kind of stitch. Hope you can see. I've tried to keep a wider angle. I don't know if it's worked or not. I don't know if that's tight enough. Oh, it is. Oh, another sneeze, but I caught it, and I've got my tissue and I got my all. So yeah, sometimes these don't look anything until you start putting bits inside them as well. That big one that I made yesterday, this one, yeah, it looked very sad and thin, and yeah, it did look just like a bunch of scrap papers, which I don't mind, but you can see all the things that I've added and tucked in and you know, made, and it's made it into a much more interesting piece. It really was, you know, just a boring collection like this is now of scrap paper, but it soon becomes something. Okay, both of those did actually. I thought that stamp was on there then. Looked quite nice on there, didn't it? Let's go for a medium-sized one next then. So let's go for this one. Let's move you over there. See how quick that one went together? Oh, yeah, let's have those. I think they'll fit. Definitely no taller, unless it's hanging out. It's another piece of wallpaper there. But let's get some ordinary pieces. Right, see, I'm hitting papers now. This is what I was after. A few all together that'll all go in. Put the white one that way on that one. Right, I kind of want splitting up with interesting bits, so put the wallpaper in there. Did I? Oh, will you fit? Quite long. You might have to cut you in half wide. Sounded like a threat, that, didn't it? I'm going to cut you in half. Right, I don't know. It's something about triangles I don't like. I don't mind the odd shaped papers like that, but a triangle, no. Oh, look, there's some more tissue. We might have to stick some tissue on some of these pages once we... A letter to April the 2nd. Put that on there, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, once we get them made. I'll practice my punch on that one for some reason. I think I've got a piece of that in there, but I do like it. I think we'll have that lady as the outside, the front page. Not thick enough yet. Okay, let's have something slightly. We've got some Tim Holtz here. Oh, look at that one. I'll save that for a bigger one. Nice piece of ledger. That's all my card that I've hit there. Oh yeah, I love a piece of index paper. So much interest in index paper. Yeah, I'll have you in there and those scrappy bits around you. Okay, we're getting thick. Yes, because I have to remember that I want to add things in it, I think we'll call that. And you'll notice that I haven't clipped them or anything. Perhaps I should. This one, I think this card might be a little bit thicker. What did I do with that? Just clip it at the bottom because it's hanging out. And I think I'll have the bow on the outside this time. I'm still just going to do a 2-hole. So I need to go in that way. That's it. Oh, went through fine. Move out the way so everyone can see, including me. I don't go through me fingers. I think that's only just through the... Have a look. Yeah, I'm going to take that out and go through a bit further in. Just going to take it out the cover. It's actually not clipped right. The clip was more trouble than it was worth. That's it. I wasn't quite in the cover where I wanted to be. In the spine is what I'm trying to say. I've got an extra hole in it, but it's material, so it will fill in. There. Looks like I'm going to get through with that piece of... Come this way a little bit. Right, a longer one way than the other, that's it. That's better. I do love that black and white ticking. It was a scrap. I'm trying to think where I got it from. I think I might have got it from the vintage place. Yeah, it's nice and taut. And I'll really be able to fill this one because it's got a bit of a fastener on it. It's longer one side than the other, that. I'm better leaving most of it on, I think. Maybe take a touch off. That can be a tab. Yeah, might end up with some beads on there and just have it hanging over. I do like to put beads on them. So that's 2 we've done together, is it? Or is it 3? I thought I'd done another one. Is it just 2? Just 2. Okay, let's do this cherry one. I don't know how long I was on before I turned the camera off. You're going to fit nice in there. So the A5 are going to fit nice. So this is, what's that paste? Stencil paste? Yeah. It's quite a shiny one. I was using it on something and then I had some left over and it was on the stencil as well. So I just scraped it all off on, through the stencil onto a piece of, out my scrap box. And it's white stencil paste, but the digital, turned it pink. It's quite nice. So I might have that as my front page in there. Yeah, and it is a good size, isn't it? Oh, look at it next to that black. Lovely. Okay, yeah, so we'll have you as our middle size. So we have a piece of Tim Holtz in it. Oh, it does make my eyes go funny, that one. Ooh. Because I quite like this. If that makes your eyes go funny. Not so keen on the cigar bands, but we can cover them with something, can't we? Okay, let's dig. What's this? Plain white paper, you're boring. We don't want you anywhere. Come on, let's get some of these used up. Yeah, I've got more cards than I realised I had. So yeah, I'm going to have to make a lot of covers, I think, and just leave them. That's a good idea. I could just cover the covers in fabric and just leave them in another scrap box. They're too big. Yeah, ready for my scraps get big again. And you're going to be pretty with that behind you, yes. 3. Oh, there's some more of that. You can see the colour of it. It's an envelope. Maybe go in one of the bigger ones. Let's have a book page again. Yeah, inside 1, 2, 3. I ought to count how many pages I'm putting in, really, didn't I? Maybe I ought to go through some of these and pull out some of the pictures as well, cut them out. Right, there's a nice piece of book page. I don't like what's on it there. I know some of you won't mind it, but it's not my thing. But we'll put something over it. It's very brittle, old book page. Yep, so when I do that, I'll, cover it with something. Yeah, let's have some of that in there. We're getting too tall. Got lots of white bits, more black. More boring plain white. I think you're going to have to be coffee dyed. There's this piece of vellum in it. It kind of goes colour-wise, doesn't it? Let's have it inside that. Yeah, I like a piece of text through vellum. Right, how many pages have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just want something pretty in the middle. Oh, oh. I love a yeah. Don't second guess it, Denise. Put it in. I love a mushroom. I need something else to go with it. Butterfly. That's nice. Oh, that's all those squares. Come on, one more thing. I just want something else that's going to grab me. More butterflies. not going to find it, am I? I like this. That's a big piece. Let's just have half. And I think if I put that behind, oh yeah, lovely, behind those, yeah, that's better. Okay, and the cover, love that pink in that black. Actually, that's got quite a thick spine, although I know I'm going to add stuff to it. Just thinking another paper might be nice in there. Let's have something further down then, one more. Let's have this coffee dyed. And I'll put them in so that I can, you know, put tip-ins on them like that. Yeah, so the tip-ins will add even more. That's better. Right, I'm not going to use that clip because it messed me up. I'm going to, first of all, I'll just choose where I'm putting this one. About there, in the middle. I'm going to tie it in the middle. Oh, something moved. Something's moved since I made my hole. Oh, just the middle one, I think. Yeah, just the middle one. That's it. Get this one in and then I'll square it up and put a hole. There. There. And there. Just was easier for me, but whichever way is easiest for you, you do. You know, if you're better clipping and measuring and doing a 3-hole, I mean, this one maybe could have done with a 3-hole, but I've done it now, so I think the next one I'll do a 3-hole. I need to pull this tight. Might as well use all the string because there's not enough for another one. Oh, from one extreme to the other. Okay. Remember, if these start to rock around, I don't think they will. I've got them fairly tight, but you never know. If the papers tear or you haven't quite got them tight enough, just use some washi or some fabric, glue some fabric or paper, or you know, any kind of tape, like I use the Micropore, and just fasten a couple of pages to the next. Anchor them down to each other until you've got them. Yeah, that's lovely. You know, not wobbling. Or maybe you like them wobbling. Just tie that in a bow to keep it out of the way for now till we decide. Okay, so 2 not stitched, 1 stitch. I did do another one. Oh no, I didn't do it. I just feel like I've done another and it's missing. I don't know why. Okay, oh, look at that. Lovely. Nice piece. I can go bigger than that. Let's take the edge off this. I'm losing everything. Oh, wow, what did I do with that needle? I did say if you don't like mess, this one wasn't for you. I do hope I'm in camera there. I don't think I was. Isn't it funny how things just fit? Needle. Oh, there it is. There it is. Got it. So we've got that one and that one. I'm going to have to do some collage with all these strips. But some of these little strips, you see, I will stick on the page when we get the page. I'll put that on in a different one because I've got some of that in here. Oh, I love this stuff. I'm really into the embossed paper at the moment. Right, now that is very probably going to tear. Let's put some washi on it before we put it in. And again, I'm going to use one that I like, but I'm not all that fussed about because it will probably disappear into the spine. I think you might be tilted a bit, that's why. Is that better? I'm going to put it on the on the debossed side, is it? The bit that goes in anyway. Just wondering if I want it on both. I think I might. Look, it's breaking up. I'm going to put some mica pour on that one, on that side. I think it'll go into the, it's just a little bit softer than washi. I think it'll go into the lumps and bumps a bit more, so I'm not losing them. Yeah. You only just had enough there, Denise. Yeah, that's going to be really strong now. Where's the, here. Grab some of this really, oh, that's why I'm not using it. It needs to go in something though, Denise. Big book pages. Where's some of this lovely painted paper by Doreen. I've hoarded it for a while. Just started using it wholesale now. I've got some ordinary coffee dyed. Some more embossed there, look, but it's not going in this. Oh, beautiful butterfly. We'll make you the middle. And look at all that lovely paper just for journaling on. Not too much more now. Just looking for something different that we haven't had. No, not that. Oh, Tanya's fussy cuts. So they're little images that I make of all the pages before I decide what I want where, and then I'll cut them out and use them now, you know, in the squares as embellishments. Nice plain piece there. Should just have a plain piece in it. They're going to be too big, ever so slightly. I'm going to tear this one down a little bit. Don't think, well, I'm going to have to make 100 of these to use up my scraps. Remember, lots of this is going to be added in. Might be nice in there with that, you know, to make further pages. Yep, I'm going to sew that one as is. I'm going to put a 3 hole on here. Pamphlet stitch. I need some thread though. What have we got here? Some redwood. Oh, look at that. Nice contrast, wouldn't it? Maybe if we put a red button or something on the front as well. Or a red, you know, some kind of a snippet. Don't you be finding your way off the table. Oh, yes, you go in there, red and blue, don't you? Move that or I'll never see it again. It'll end up in the scrap box. Oh, excuse me. To go and get a cough sweet, I think. Yeah, when I've finished here, I will be tidying some of these scraps up just into sizes. I should go on the outside with this then. Yeah, I think I will. Right, where's my spine? I'm going to do the same again because I want to be in the middle of the spine. I'm doing 3 holes so I need to be in the middle. I was going to say I can go further up. But yeah, so I'm just eyeballing everything. You know, if you're not happy doing that, you know, if you want everything to be, I don't mind if it's not right, not central and, you know, skew with and what have you. And I don't mind if I lose the papers because I don't like them. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I'm not going through there. I'm just lining everything up again. I've lost it all. Do it with the old Denise. I moved it. Can't even line 2 up. Yeah, measure and do it like you would a normal journal. If you're just tuning in and you've never made a journal, don't do it like this because you'll tie yourself up in knots. How much have I got out there? A bit. Okay, so this is where I need to keep it all lined up. Stay. through there, and then you lined up, not quite, that's better. Through there. And in at the bottom, so I need to put a hole through. Now I've got 2 through, see, it's holding it where I want it. I need a hole through there, but it's coming this way, so I need to hold it all together with my fingers. Yep. Oops. And then back through the middle and out. Doesn't want to though. I think I've got everything pulled a bit too tight maybe. Are we through there? Oh, I ripped a bit of a hole that I shouldn't have there, but it's fixable. That's because I've got a pointy needle, sharp needle. Okay, I'm just pulling it to see if these strings are attached to each other. They are, look there. So I'll undo them. We don't want them attached to each other. That's it. One under there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to put some, probably put some beads on. Just because I like fancying things up. But I'll tighten a bow for now. Okay. One more to do, but I'm going to stop there and put some bits and pieces in one of them so you get to see them. Next selection, which one shall we do? Shall we do a smaller one? We'll do this one, I think, and I'll run it as a giveaway. Okay, so if you comment saying that you'd like to be entered, I'm just going to do it on this one video. Oh, so 2 pages of that. I've stitched them in, not in the middle. That was quite clever, wasn't it? It won't stay like that if I pull on it though. Yeah, what a noodle. Okay, so I'm just going to attach it to that page there, just to make sure it does stay attached. And that page there. Well, I think I've invented a new way of adding pages. Yes, I've sewn through the edge of it, but you know, not where it should have been, in the middle. Clever. Yes, so just say something about wanting to be entered at the bottom, and you can have it. Right. This is where we use some of the little bits up. Right. Let's see what's grabbing me. I like that. Well, I like them all, but let's see what would go nice in here. These are all like card pieces, so they'll make nice tucks and things like that. And then lovely little things like this make nice embellishments. Like something to make, let's have that butterfly. Belly band, maybe that'll make a nice belly band. And a piece of Tim Holtz. Nothing else here grabbing me at the minute. Piece of vellum maybe. Oh, what do these words say? Dickens in anecdote. Okay, I've also got all my pretties in my boxes and things around me, words and what have you. So what would we like in here? I think I'd like a pocket here. Let's see what other bits of card I've got sitting around. Oh, that's navy blue from the front. Oh, look at that. Oh no, that's too big a piece to cut into. It's spoiled. Okay, so I might use navy blue. It goes nice, doesn't it? Let's see what else we've got. Pink, not black. Those two go nice together. Am I off camera? That would make a nice double tuck, wouldn't it, in there? Okay, where is the glue? Ah, I'm looking for this. Don't know if there's anything left. If not, I've got the Cosmic Shimmer. Okay, let me just go down here. Shouldn't really be gluing it on the cover there, should I? But never mind. And see just where I want it. There. Just because, what will we put in it? Let's have a piece of my, I've been doodling and painting on. Maybe I want a piece from that side. Yep, works fine. I'm going to put this one down as an actual tuck pocket. A side pocket, that's what I was trying to say. Guess it is a tuck pocket. Which one was I having in there? I don't know. Just put that bit in. And oh, there's a nice flower. Oh, it's got a bend in it there. Too tall as well. Let's cut it off and see if it's still a pretty piece. Just for somebody to make something out of. It is still pretty. In you go. Okay. Just wondering where that little, there's some tissue there. I had a word, excuse my arm a minute. Oh dear, what have I done there? Yeah, just sitting there waiting to be used, but it's hidden under all this now. No, I want something a bit prettier than that. Be true to you, that'll do. I'll leave them out because I'll probably use them again. It's a bit too big. Cut some of that off. Ink it up. Okay, and this is where I just see things. Look, I've just seen that. That's going to make a lovely corner pocket. Need some ink. It's quite it's double-sided. I've obviously made it, I think I've probably made a torn pocket or something like that, and this was the bit that was torn off. Yeah. Oh, I like both sides. Never mind, let's put it down, otherwise the video will not be finished in one go, and I want it to be. It's going to be a long one, I think, isn't it? Where are the bits that I wanted to add? Chocolate. I'm just going to add that up there with a staple on this one. I'm just on one piece, aren't I? Oh no, I can't be out of staples. I am. That's not good. Takes that's a funny noise. Takes them out the other stapler, which is enormous. There we go. So it just looks like somebody's, you know. Oh, that's right. Put a bit of a recipe in, and then I'm just going to stick on the back some bling, I think, because, you know, this is the one time when I'm doing the scrappy things that I can use bling willy-nilly. Oh no, I don't like that. I think it wants fabric. I should have oh, come on. I should have glued some fabric in. Not glued it, what's the word? Just noticed the lid's off the glue there. Where's all the fabric bits that I had? I am going to glue it, that's what made me say glue, but yeah, I should have put it on with the staple. So with the Fabri-Tac it'll grab it, but you should be able to pull it off if you want to use it somewhere. Without making too much mess on the paper. It's quite strong paper. Right, let's have a flip down. Ooh. Let's use some of this. In fact, let's have that nice long side there. Pretty, isn't it? Actually, let's do something in the back. Let's have a flip down on here. To lose a lot of it, gluing it like that, so I'll tear some off, I think. Cut some off. Can be used elsewhere then. And let's have a nice rounded corner. Yep. So we've got some nice white journaling space behind it. Oops. Straight, yeah. Okay, what shall we put on there just to make it a bit? Let's use a bit of washi. I'm loving the dots at the minute, gold dots. Come on. Yeah, I'm starting to feel the time pressure now, which is a shame. That's it. Do we want anything else on that? I wonder if I want something to tuck it under there. It's not a very big page, to be honest. I suppose it could be tucked under there, couldn't it? Okay, let's find a word and then we can... Elastic. Calm. Calm would be nice. Yeah, we could just stick it under there like that, couldn't we? So we'll have to be careful how we stick it down, so we don't grab the paper. So just want a tiny little blob in there. I think that's it. Pull that out. Yeah, just catching a little bit. Don't glue down too much there. That's it. Right, it's just a little bit, so I'm going to ever so slightly trim the top and then corner around it again. Right, I think what I'm going to have to do is stop, because this is going to take forever to upload, and then there'll be a part 2, so you'll get 2 films this Sunday. Okay, so I'll leave that there, and yeah, in an hour or so the other one will be up.